the 2025 Kia Carnival. Now, what we will notice right away is the unique styling of the Kia Carnival. It almost has kind of some SUV-like features. So if you're into that, if you like that, it's a little bit more of a bold design, right? It's kind of striking, a little bit more muscular looking. If you're into that, the Kia Carnival is for you. Now, let's talk specifically about, because again, it's a minivan, it does a lot of things, there's lots of space, you can put a lot of people in it, but what is unique to the Kia Carnival? First of all, let's talk, just like we did with the Honda Odyssey, the powertrain, what you're going to experience from the driver's seat. Now, like the Honda Odyssey, this too offers a 3.5 liter V6 paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission, but that's a real automatic transmission as well. The Honda was a 10-speed, this one is an 8-speed. Now, that good linear power delivery from the V6 is going to be here as well, and that is a good thing. I tend to prefer that feeling when I'm driving a vehicle. Now, here's where we get really unique though, to separate it from the Honda Odyssey, is there is an available hybrid option for the Kia Carnival. So you can get this vehicle with the smaller motor and the hybrid setup. Now, if you go with the 6-cylinder for the Kia Carnival, you get a smidge more horsepower than the Odyssey. The Odyssey is 280, this is 287. But if you go with the hybrid, you don't get as much power, but your fuel efficiency goes way up. Now, something that comes with a hybrid that does affect the driving experience is the way power is delivered is different. Now, you may like that, you may not like that, but it's definitely going to be geared toward efficiency, and you're going to get really good gas mileage with it. But you're not going to have as much of that same expected linear power delivery as you would in the naturally aspirated V6. The other thing that comes with having a hybrid is added weight. So if you get a hybrid setup of any of the minivans that offer that, and the vehicle is just going to get heavier. So you're talking about 4,800 pounds with this hybrid Carnival right here. That's a pretty heavy vehicle. So you get rid of that, the weight goes down, right? The Odyssey doesn't weigh that much. It's not a hybrid. It weighs a little bit less. Now, they're all minivans, they're all larger vehicles, but that does matter. So from a driving experience, if you are okay with driving something that is more heavy, you may like the hybrid setup because of that fuel efficiency that is going to deliver to you. So that is one thing that makes this Kia unique. Now, let's talk about the thing on the inside that makes the Carnival unique. Now, the interior is exquisite. This is the Prestige. This is the highest trim level you can get, but it's excellent. You know, I get out and the seat even moves back for me for easier ingress and egress. I love that. And you get in here and it is hard to pull off blue on an interior sometimes, but Kia, I think, has done it. And I think this is great. The last time I drove a vehicle with a blue interior, it was actually a Porsche Boxster, and I loved that. And this reminds me of that. It's a similar shade, and it looks really good. And the way they've done the different colors in here and put them together looks really good, especially on the doors. Really like it. Okay, now, just like the Honda Odyssey, the Carnival does have some tricks up its sleeve when it comes to the seats. Now, you can see you've got a captain's chair set up here in this trim level. This is the highest trim level, Prestige, right? Now, these seats are unique because they think similar to the Honda Odyssey, you can slide them this direction, but it's not as far as the Honda Odyssey. There's not one continuous track that these seats sit on in the second row so that you can push them both all the way to one side. You can't do that here. They do adjust a little bit. If you would like to get your child or whoever is sitting in the second seat closer to the center of the vehicle, you can do that. It's not enough to open up any sort of pathway here to get to the third row, so you're not doing that. Regardless, you're going through the middle to get to the third row. But you can have it all the way out to the edge. You can do that with that side. It's gonna open up this path in here. But here's where it gets really cool. Now, if I go to the innermost part of how far this seat will slide, now I can slide this seat very far back. Look how far back I was able to go with that. All the way back, definitely encroaching on anyone that would be in the third row. This would be for when you don't have anyone in the third row. Now you have all kinds of legroom. So now there's some fun stuff we can do. So you have your seat adjustments on the inside of the seat here. And I'm going to come up with a footrest. almost like a recliner at home. And I can even push it out further toward my feet. This is a fancy seat. I am really digging it. This is about lounging, and this is so comfortable I cannot even begin to tell you. Riding in this position, I've got a great view. I'm sitting up high. I've got a great view out the windshield. This is the way to ride, and this is a trick that the Carnival has that is really, really awesome. If you go all the way up to this Prestige trim, that is pretty stellar. So I'm gonna do one of two things right now. I'm either gonna take a nap or I'm gonna put the seat back down before that happens. So let's do that. All right, I'm going down, take it all the way home. Way awesome. And then I can slide it back forward to open up some space in the third row. Okay, now also here in the back of the Carnival is you have the seats that you can put down into this space, the third row, and that's excellent. And actually I like that you can do this a little bit easier with one hand, right? So I put the seat up and now I can pull it back here and it's in. Now to go back down, I would do that as well. Lay that down and then boom, one hand and it's in. I really like how simple that is. I'll do it with this side as well. And that gets you your space back there. You see the tracks now that second row seat slides on right there. All right, everyone, the Kia Carnival has some pretty cool features and I'm kind of digging it. All right, everyone, may I introduce to you the 2025 Kia Carnival. Now this is the hybrid SX Prestige. So you have the hybrid powertrain, but you've got that Prestige trim level here. And if you have seen our comparison video from the Chicago Auto Show where we go in detail about the insides and the workings on the interiors of all four of these minivans, you may remember that I really, really liked the interior on the Prestige trim level of the Kia Carnival. It is excellent. There's no other word for it. It is superb. Remember, this is offered in the V6 as well as the hybrid trim, so you kind of have the option of both worlds here, whereas with the Honda Odyssey, remember, you only get one option, that's the V6, no hybrid option and no all-wheel drive option. With the Toyota Sienna, you only have a hybrid option, and then you get here and you now get to choose between both worlds for the first time. So now this hybrid setup is a 1.6 liter four-cylinder, so it's quite a bit smaller than the four-cylinder in that Toyota. But where it differs here is this one is actually paired to a 6-speed automatic transmission, so no CVT here like you had in that Toyota, and that is definitely going to make the driving experience different. So again, we are focusing on what these are like to drive. So let's go for a ride in this brand new Kia Carnival. I'm anxious to get inside and sit inside this awesome interior. All right, let's go for a drive in the Kia Carnival. First off, it's got a dial shifter, which is not my favorite. They're a little harder to do through feel. You kind of have to look and make sure you go into the gear that you want. So again, I can forgive that if it drives really well. So again, we are in the hybrid version and I can already tell that I like the way that it responds to my inputs more than I like the way the Sienna responds to my inputs, as it is a hybrid. Part of that is going to be the fact that there is a 6-speed real automatic transmission on this. It is not a CVT. That helps in my book. Now again, if you're going to be doing low speed stuff and you may not ever care about that CVT, but when you need to give it a little more oomph, a little more push, when you need to get out of somebody's way really quick or you need to pass somebody, that is where you may not be quite a fan of the CVT, and you may kind of lean towards something that is geared a little more from a sporty standpoint, which this Carnival definitely feels that way. Now, it can definitely be efficient, very much so, but I think the way that they've married the gasoline part of the powertrain with the electric part feels a little more natural to my driving style here in the Kia. All right, now we're gonna get out here on the road a little bit here in the Kia. I will say I've got my left blinker on, and it is providing me that view of my blind spot on my left side since I have that left blinker on. That's kind of nice what they've done. They've put it right there in the gauge cluster in front of the driver. Now, speaking of gauge clusters, I do like this one a little bit more than the one in the Toyota as well, because it kind of provides more of that crisp view, the white on black. All right, let's get on it a little bit here. Now, when you ask more of this engine, when you're at high speed, it's a little bit more predictable in what it's gonna do for you. So I'm cruising in this thing, and if I wanna go to pass somebody or use some passing power, right now I'm using 0 RPMs of the gas motor, right? But as soon as I need to wake it up and do something, I will, and it goes and grabs the right gear, the gear that I wanted, and I can pass with confidence, more confidence than I could in the Toyota. I like the steering rack on this Kia. You know, for a minivan, I'm sitting here, I've got a little bit of a smaller feeling steering wheel, and there's good buttons on here, by the way, for your controls. They've got good texture to them. They're going to be easy to memorize, but I like the way that the wheel feels in my hand in this car. It feels, I know it's not sporty because it's a minivan, but it feels a little more like it's geared toward engagement for the driver. It feels sure in my hands, and the steering ratio on this vehicle makes sense to me. So again, I would be very curious to drive the Carnival with the 6-cylinder. I can tell you that it's most likely going to provide you more of that linear feel and power delivery that you would get from the other minivans in this video that have the V6. So when you go to hybrid, it's great for efficiency, but it becomes kind of tricky with power delivery, right? And when they're designing it and designing the EV side of things and the gasoline side of things to talk to each other and deal with each other, that's something that really takes paying attention to, and you want to tweak things just right in order to inspire confidence for the driver. And I feel a little bit more confidence when driving this thing than I do the Sienna, especially in a situation where I'm having to get on it. Okay. I'm giving it about half pedal here going up this hill, and the engine and the transmission seem pretty competent in knowing what I'm asking it for. And I enjoy that. I look for that in a vehicle. So again, when you're shopping these 4 minivans, you may first need to think about what powertrain you want. Do I want a hybrid, or do I not want a hybrid? And if you don't want a hybrid, well, then you can immediately take one of these out of your decision-making process, because the Toyota only comes in a hybrid. But if you decide, I do want a hybrid, well, then you take the Honda out because it does not offer a hybrid. But I am applauding Kia and Chrysler for offering both powertrains in their vans, because it does give the customers more choice. You may be looking for something different depending on your driving style. Now, this 1.6 liter engine is quite small compared to the Toyota, which had the 2.5. It's kind of hard to get excited about a 1.6 liter motor on its own, standalone. So the idea of having the 2.5 in the Toyota, I really like. While noisy, it's a good motor. But the little 1.6 in this, I don't find it quite as buzzy sounding as that Toyota 4-cylinder did. All right, everyone, let's wrap things up here on the Kia Carnival. Remember, we talked about the details of the interior on this vehicle in the other video, right? Second and third row, how those function. And there are some really cool features in here. Don't forget about that reclining second row seat with the footrest that comes up. That is super awesome. But if you are looking for a little bit of a balance of some hybrid efficiency, but also still maintaining a little bit of performance, this may be the way to go. I like the Kia Carnival. Again, it's got pluses and minuses like all 4 of these minivans do for me. But the thing that I really like about this is the fact that it has that excellent interior. That interior is a great place to be. It's a great place to hang out in if you have a commute, and maybe you want to think about that when you're thinking about how much time you're going to spend in here. Hey there, I'm excited that you found Drive It Out. Beyond the specs, it really matters how a car feels from behind the wheel. That feeling is what makes us keep and truly enjoy a vehicle for a long time. We're sharing great driving experiences we think you'll love and encourage you to get hands-on with as many cars as you can. It's been a joy doing this for so many years now, and a blessing meeting and working alongside so many amazing people. Whatever type of vehicle you're interested in, chances are we have a video for that. If you're a subscriber, thank you. It means the world to me. If not, thanks for being here now, and I hope you'll check out the other videos on the channel. If there's something you don't see, feel free to reach out in the comments or visit driveitout.com/contact to send us a message.